All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Shush. I apologize for yesterday. I did not get on. A lot of stuff happened, and unfortunately, that withheld me from being able to come on here and finally release tons of information. So now we are on, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Mission complete.
So give me a moment. You have to give some people a moment. So, like I said, I apologize for that. Get my other setup here.
Tech storage full. Food storage full. Mission started. Researching. Research complete. Researching.
Give me a moment here. Get this.
Research complete. Insufficient shards.
It has been an insane couple of days.
Storage full. Tech storage full. Food storage full.
All right. So, tons of information to be released in that. And it's funny how a lot of things are happening, as you can see. Especially, I know a celebrity, unfortunately, has passed on. A very unfortunate thing, and I'm going to release information about that as well because I've gotten information. So Hayden, God rest her soul, released a book of about Hollywood and things that happened to her and others that she knew. It's an unfortunate thing, and a lot of people believe that she took her life or something happened. Unfortunately, no. Hayden was taken out. As you know, she's speaking out against Hollywood. She's mentioned a lot of things that personally they did not want out there. And she happened to be one to know a lot of information.
Tech storage. Food storage full.
And it's unfortunate because she was a great woman that her acting career took her above and beyond, I believe, in my opinion. And at 36, 37, it's crazy. Now, there was an actress 8 months ago that also, and she as well spoke out against the Hollywood Internet. And, of course, similar thing happened. She as well, young age, passed away. And this is a routine, a very, very crazy routine that when someone comes out about to expose Hollywood, they're taken out. But here's what's weird about Hayden's situation is it's the same exact way as Marilyn Monroe. Same exact way. found with cardiac arrest, possible overdose, and then supposedly she did supposedly took a whole bunch of pills. But here's the funny: a lot of investigators are finding that it don't make sense because there was no water, there was no glass, no nothing. Even when they first went into the crime scene to look around, no glass of water, no nothing. And supposedly all these pills are somehow she swallowed them. Well, that's impossible without water. I'm sorry. That especially as many as they're saying that she supposedly took. And here's the thing. Yes, there was an affair with Marilyn Monroe and JFK. And he had told her a lot of information and also a child on the way that was JFK's. Another reason I believe that a situation happened to him is they found out, that time that he gave her information that he was not supposed to, and therefore that was the reason for. It's believed one of the reasons because he gave out information that he should not have given. Now, I don't think that's the only reason. I believe because of what happened to Marilyn Monroe, I believe that is another purpose of why something happened to him. And that's what's weird. Every president seems to have some crazy thing going on. And it's very insane. Look at Trump. I mean, like I said, I was about Trump before a long time ago when he first, but I've seen, some things and a lot of things that he promised didn't happen, a lot more than normal. But I believe a situation like that is another, and don't think that the president of the United States doesn't have something to do with a lot of, I believe it does. Because it's crazy on a lot of stuff I'm hearing, a lot of stuff I'm finding out. And it really doesn't surprise me really at all. Shockingly, it don't. But it does baffle me. It does. So it's an unfortunate thing. I know a lot of people that liked Hayden in a lot of her movies. I did as well. She played a lot of good movies in that and has risen up to a star pretty fast. So it breaks me to hear something like that for anybody, but mostly Hayden. A mother at that, that got her child taken away. Though it was a good place, she still gets to see her child, unlike some that get their children taken away. Her ex gladly allows her to come over to see her child, and she goes over a lot. She went over a lot to see her child. So it shows me that, Hayden really cared about her child. So it's very unfortunate. Eventually, the truth will come out about that as well. I'm finding out a lot of people that are in knowledge of what happened and heard that it was going to go down. I think this would be the last straw for some of them people, because what they're fed is that information that she's releasing was going to hurt everybody, and come to find out they knew definitely it was not. It was going to hurt a lot of serious ball players, as I like to call them, a lot of elite. So it's crazy things. Now, there's a lot more going to be happening as well. A lot of releases are going to be happening And I want people to be prepared because these releases are going to be serious releases. I mean, big time ball player releases of situations and things that it's going to open a lot of can of worms. Let's put it that way. And that's something they do not want to do. And sorry. And with those releases, it's not just situations in Hollywood. It's going to be a lot of releases on Project Bluebeam. It's going to be releases on a lot of other projects that I'm aware of. I never heard of Project Anchor, so this is why I told you guys that that was all bullcrap. That was one that was never. Well, there is a Project Anchor. Let's put it that way. There is a Project Anchor, but what they were trying to say on the social media about 7 seconds of no gravity is not Project Anchor. In another stream, I'll get about Project Anchor. This one, unfortunately, I will not talk about Project Anchor about. That is something that is very serious, and I know for 100% they're going to come after me on that right away. So that will not be a discussion at this time for that reason. There's an extent still I'm going to not cross a border, and that I will not cross in that, unfortunately. And so a lot of people need to be careful of what they do say, though. Things are going to start amping up with the government and the elite. So that's unfortunate. So that is why I'm going to be more careful and selective on what I tell and how I tell it. So I apologize for those that are looking for, like, right off the bat, every single detail and every single secret information to come out there. Unfortunately, I will not be giving every secret out there that could endanger mine and my family's well-being. But what I am going to release is that there is, from a NASA source from a NASA that released information that there is UFOs, and they are believed to be a race that's been here a long time ago. And it is believed they're coming back. Now, the reason they were here before was to get sources for what people, they said, is gold. I highly doubt that information is correct, because the information I've seen was not for those types of sources. The sources that I've seen that they were going for is silver, bronze, copper. Now, gold, they were adorned with because they made themselves out to be what people call gods. And this is how they were able to, get adorned by gold and stuff like that. And that's how else they got other minerals. Now, a lot of people discussed about possible slavery, and that Gaia points it out as well. That's false. A few other people that are social media people that come on here and they're saying, oh, yeah, even WF. Unfortunately, that is not so. There was no slavery for those extraterrestrials, because when they came here, they became gods. And so there was no slavery needed right away. These people would come to them and worship them, unfortunately, and pay a lot of attention to them, and right away gave them things when asked for it. So now it's believed that these races came here to have built. No, they did this for the people that were giving them things, gods. Now the people are the ones that decided to make them their gods onto statues and so on and so forth. That was the people. Now these are real documents that I have been reading and got a hold of some as well. And there's a lot of things people don't understand. There's another secret. A lot of your things about Yahweh and Yeshua is false. And it's turned around into what they believe, because there is researchers out there that know that are not paid by the government, have nothing to do with the government, that can decipher these because they've studied languages and all that other stuff. And they see a lot of varieties that are misplaced and not put in there, and a lot of things taken out. And this is also going to stories besides about Yeshua and Yahweh. We're talking about Noah. We're talking about Moses. It keeps going. A lot of your stories are changed differently and not told in full correctness. So we're talking about like Nephilim. Now there is Nephilim out there. That is correct. But here's the problem. They're trying to say that all giants were Nephilim. Oh, how do you come up with that? Well, the giants back then were a lot bigger than 10, 12 feet. Okay. The Nephilim, let me put it that way. True Nephilim were way bigger. Okay. So, from what I'm finding out, is Noah and his wife. Now, they said they found her grave and her finger was out to here. It was bigger than what we are, and definitely bigger than our hands. I mean, so I believe that normal people back then, way back then, were 9 foot to possibly even 10 foot. Okay. Now I'm explaining my reason. Back then, there was trees that were 10 times bigger than we were, just like in the Jurassic period, and so on and so forth. These trees were massive, huge, and would produce more oxygen because they're taking in a lot more carbon dioxide in that, and the air would have been different. Everything would have been different. The animals, so on and so forth. Plants, different kinds of plants. It's a lot of things that would have been different back then. Now, a lot of these you believe are mountains or weird kind of mountains, let's put it that way. And it's not. These used to be tree stumps that, of course, died, and then from that they were, I'm trying to figure out the best word for it, but they're still there, turned to stone, of course, and now are being called mountains, which of course they're not. They're definitely 100%, I guarantee you, not mountains. And that's what's insane. That's what's crazy about it. Even me at the time, it was kind of hard to believe because of a lot of things. But the deeper I dug,
Building.
the more information I found out. And it's like, wow, how is that possible? Well, back then things were different. Okay. And for something like that to be cut down, it had to be a monstrous being. And what reason is that? Well, it would be to change everything, because common knowledge. Scientists call it science. There is no science. There's what's reality and what's not reality. What's fact and what's not fact. Simple as that. There is no such thing as science, people. I mean, it's if there was such a thing as science, everything would be figured out right away. Boom, boom, boom. If these people were so smart like they claim to be, quick. Okay, but they're not. They really have to study it, and then a lot of times they come up with their own bullcrap. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Is it unfair for the community and the people and everyone? Yes, it's very unfair, unfortunately, but that's just how it is, and always has been. But like I said, a lot of truth's going to come out. Like I said with the UFOs, a lot of the information about Neanderthals are going to come out, which a lot of people are calling Bigfoot. These are not some big apes, bears, or some weird things. These are existing nowadays Neanderthal, caveman type people. They're people. Not everything would have been destroyed like claimed. And that's what I'm trying to get to a point. A lot of things are not going to be happening like it supposedly said it was. Mermaids as well. At a time, I thought it was just stories too, but the more I dug into that, this is going way, 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 way back. Unbelievably way back. And it goes farther than pirates, and farther than Romans, farther than that, and farther and farther. So these mermaids just did not just all of a sudden happen and all that. And then how would they disappear? Now, we see a lot of the Navy kind of bombing in certain areas, and they call it testing. And that, well, that's false as well. They don't do testing for no reason unless there's a reason. I mean, come on, think about it. So that's the problem. A lot of people are believing what they say too much. And I try to warn you people, every single buyer, because you're my family, and I care about every single one. Stop believing lies they're being told to you. They're bombing because they're bombing a certain area to keep them away. They're not these things that you watch on TV or movies and that where they're nice and will come up and talk to you and say, hey, what's up now? No. These beings will grab you and drag you underneath the water and that, and you will disappear. Now, is the stories true that supposedly there are some prehistoric animals in the sea? Yes, they are very true. This is why NASA stopped investigating our oceans and that, and this is another reason why they try to deter people in certain areas. Another reason why the Navy is constantly around as well, to keep them away. I've seen a lot of videos sent to me from oil rigs that are out in the ocean, as big as lakes too, giant lakes. These things are in, and unfortunately, it is real. So you need to really be careful in swimming nowadays. It's also keeping sharks and that closer inland than normal. Heard about an attack in an area that normally does not have great whites, and there was a great white. There's also one that's not an attack where these people were out on a boat, not far from the beach, and a great white sharks. There was 3 babies in an area that never had great whites ever. So you could say, oh, well, it could be something new. No, because really I pay attention to a lot of things, and they track sharks like crazy to learn their habits, to learn how they travel, and so on and so forth. And this place was a no-go zone for forever for great whites and certain other sharks. So it baffles me, and a lot of people say about these leviathans that are possibly going on. I cannot say for sure 100% excuse me, that's true. I am going to look into more of that because I like to study things. I like to learn about things. So that is one thing I would like to find out. Do I believe the Leviathan is real? There is something out there that is real that is called the Leviathan, because it's talked about in a lot of things, even farther back. So that is what's even crazier yet. Now, there is other things I'm finding out that are real. And it's crazy. So I'm looking more into it, but I'm hearing about fairies, what we call fairies, which possibly could be something else. I'm hearing about these little people that are still existing. I'm hearing about some things in the rainforest I'm not yet ready to put out there yet. But there is things supposedly in the rainforest, not just one, not just two, a multitude of things that are going out way in the rainforest that is unbelievable. So I'm going to dig deeper in that, because I do not like to put misinformation out there, but I'm hearing from sources that are reliable, but still something just, I don't know. I want to put it on here, but then again, it's like, let me investigate it more to make positive, surely, if it's true or not. So I am definitely going to look into that, and if it comes out to be 100% positive, then you already know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be on here ASAP. So, yeah. So there's a lot of information I have. I'm not ready to put it on tonight because I was supposed to do it yesterday. I was really into it. And today just been a hectic day because of the other day that I was supposed to say about it. So I apologize. But tomorrow I am definitely going to be on here between 6 and 7. I promise. And definitely going to put it all out there. So a lot of things are real. A lot of things are real. A lot of things are true. A lot of things aren't true. So I just want you guys to be prepared for that. So like I said, it's been hectic, and I'm already constantly yawning because it's been crazy stressful. So I hope everybody understands. But like I said, tomorrow, 6 and 7, I'm going to release even more and everything. And then we're going to get into it and get it all out there that I can. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Have a great night. And hopefully tomorrow is going to be a better day. Peace out, everybody.